Hey guys, Game Ross here. Welcome to another My Budget Build Guide. Today, I'm going to talk about my very first character here in Legion. It's a Facebreaker Fire Cyclone, and I just want to talk about this new Cyclone here in Legion. It's when I first saw this new Cyclone, it says here it added attack physical damage, and when I saw it, immediately Facebreaker went into my mind, and it's like it's this new Cyclone is made for Facebreaker. I mean, seriously, with this gem alone and with the Facebreaker, it will give you tons of damage just with this single gem without even support gems. I mean, I'm gonna put a calculation here on the side of the screen, and if my calculation is correct, it will give you this kind of damage just with this gem and the Facebreaker. I mean, it's like wielding a weapon with this kind of damage. Cyclone is just, I think it's made for Facebreaker. So anyways, let's just talk about my items here. Of course, I'm using Facebreaker, and with this I'm using Signal Fire Quiver, and it says here it's gonna increase your attack speed, and also it will give you 33% physical damage as extra fire damage. Also, it will convert half of your physical damage to fire, and also that's why I'm using Avatar of Fire to convert 100% of my physical damage to fire. And another unique item that I'm using is Abyssus for more physical damage to attacks, and just make sure that you're gonna get the least increased physical damage taken. And another unique here is this amulet. I'm not gonna pronounce that amulet. It will give you lots of physical damage to attacks, and it will give you some dexterities that you're gonna need for this build. And I think that's pretty much what you're benefiting in this amulet. But if you want more life on your character, you can just get a rare amulet like this one, but it's not gonna give you much physical damage as this unique item. So if you want more damage, you can use this unique item, but if you want more life, get a rare one. And that's pretty much all the unique item that I'm using, and all the rare items are pretty basic life and resist. And on the rings, just try to get some physical damage as well. I also have this unique item to help you level up, and gem setup. Of course, I'm using Cyclone, and it's supported by Elemental Focus, Elemental Damage with attacks, Elemental Physical Damage, and Fortify. Now, if you want more AoE on your Cyclone, you can use Pulverize, and you can maybe switch it with Fortify if you don't mind losing the defense of Fortify. I want to mention this Rage Support gem because I'm gonna be honest, I mistakenly used this to this build, and at first glance it's really good for Facebreaker because it says here it's gonna add physical damage, but it also said that it's gonna add physical damage with weapons. So Facebreaker is not technically a weapon, but yeah, it's not gonna give you any damage for your Cyclone if you're using Facebreaker. So yeah, just a reminder not to use this one. In my gloves, I'm using Summon Lightning Golem, supported with cast when damage is taken, so I don't have to keep summoning it. Punishment with Blasphemy, so I can cast it as an aura. In my boots, I'm using Ball Haste, Ball Ancestral War Chief, Flame Dash with increased duration, and on my helmet, I'm using Herald of Purity, Herald of Ash, Blood and Sand, and If you want more AoE, you can turn it into Sun Stance. And if you want more area damage, just use Blood Stance. And I'm using Berserker, which will give you tons of damage. Especially, I mostly use this against boss fights. For my flask, I'm using a Sulfur Flask, Granite, and Quicksilver Flask. And for my Ascendancy, as you can see, I'm using Berserker, and I'm using Aspect of Carnage for more damage, Crave for Slaughter for gaining Rage per hit, and Rite of Ruin for tripling the effect of Rage, and Pain River for Life and Mana Leech, and also increase attack speed if you've been hit recently. For my skill tree, at the beginning I went straight immediately to Resolute Technique, so I don't have to worry about my accuracy anymore. And then after that I went straight to Area Up effect nodes, because when you're using Face Breaker, you don't have lots of AoE. So yeah, you're gonna need all those nodes of Area Up effect. So it's not gonna be, so your Cyclone is not gonna be too small. After getting all these Area Up effect nodes, I went straight to Avatar of Fire to convert all my physical damage to fire damage. And at this time, I'm already level 30 something, and I'm already using my Face Breaker and Signal Fire. And after that, just straightforward, get all the life nodes here, more fire damage, more area up effect, more fire damage here, more life. And I want to mention this duel, because I'm using this one because, like I said, you're gonna need lots of AoE in this build. So yeah, it will give you more AoE with this gem, and it's actually quest reward, so you don't have to buy it. You can get this jewel from this NPC, Banon, after finishing this quest, the King's Feast, so you don't have to buy it. You're gonna use this jewel. That's it for this build guide, and before I go, I just have to say that this is the highest DPS character that I have ever made with just a small amount of currency. I mean, seriously, I don't even have 50 stacks of rage yet. I mean, I'm actually gonna show you a short clip of this character with 50 stacks of rage, so you know how much damage it makes. That's it for this video. Thank you for watching. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. And I will see you on the next one.